Hey everybody, and welcome to another reaction video. Unfortunately, my dogs are not with me today, but if you see this white towel on my couch, that is because one of them threw up. And I'm going to replace this later with something else. Now, that's not why my dogs aren't here, though. They went with my mom and stepdad to Cape May, so I'm all alone. It would be nice if they were here with me, but all the same, I'm looking forward to this next video I'm going to be watching. It is called Hydroneer Tried to Optimize, so I double overloaded it on PC and console. It is a 23-minute video, so let's get started. Damn. I was just cleaning some of my basement and I got a little bit of dust near my nose. That's why I'm sneezing, but I'm okay. I can do this. Everything seems to be where it needs to be, so let's begin.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out some more Hydroneer today, and you might be like,
good.
Sir, haven't you done enough damage to this game after you shoplifted and tormented the villagers and sent shopping carts into the sky and blew up so many things? Yeah, you would think we'd be done, but then they released an update letting us know that the game is now on Xbox and PlayStation, which is pretty cool. I'll be doing a little side test on that, but also they said in the...
Oh, he's on PS5? I doubt his username on there is Let's Game It Out, but I got to see if I can follow him. I mean, it's likely he's not going to accept my friend request, but I do recommend you check him out on Twitch too. I saw a live stream he was doing on there. It looked like a lot of fun.
They did a bunch of optimizations to the PC version, and we'll be the judge of that, won't we? Oh, and also this video is sponsored by Clash of Critters. But more on that in a little bit. For now, let me show you what this game is all about. This is Ember Cradle, one of many dig sites in this game, but it's also my favorite. I just like everything about it. You've got 2 dig sites, you've got a river.
Yeah, I can see why. He was about to mention the river before I paused it, but yeah, that looks pretty nice too. I never would have guessed it to be a dig site though.
And it's also in close proximity to royalty, which doesn't necessarily matter to me.
I like how the forest looks
too. This tiny king has an artifact that we're going to use. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show you the core loop of this game. First, let me lay out the tools. We of course have our handy dandy shovel.
Maybe he's like King Bruce from the Easter Bunny's Coming to Town. He's probably forced to be a king even though he doesn't want to.
And a pan and a brush. First we grab the shovel, use it for shoveling stuff right into the bucket, take the contents of that bucket.
So what is he supposed to be in this game, an archaeologist?
Drop the bucket into the river, watch it do a stunt and then fill with water. Drop the water in the pan, and then take that brush right there and give it a scrubby scrub. Behold, we've made magic. And by that I mean a piece of iron ore. Can be melted into a bar or sold to the jeweler. But I don't think we're considering the third option, which is digging for a long time and filling this bucket full of minerals. And then taking that bucket.
I mean, that's a pretty smart idea, actually. You can make more money that way, and you never know when you're going to need that much iron ore. I mean, the time period that this game takes place in, I mean, it's probably not much to do a whole lot of stuff, but iron ore is still important.
Walking it away from the dig site and all the way up here to the jeweler, stopping just short and making a mess right here. Yes, we've done good today. While the jeweler lady just stares at it in disbelief. Yes, quite the power move. Also, yes, that's what I look like. It's a long story.
The facial expressions look really funny on the characters.
The purpose of this playthrough isn't going to be to make money. It's to optimize the process, and by that I mean can we find new ways to put strain on the game. But for that we're going to need to visit the king.
So what, is he going to make another mess and just make a ginormous pile of iron ore and other things?
Would you mind fetching me something?
You want me to make you a ring? You want me to make you a ring with all that stuff? I have a better idea. How about instead, you just let me have what I want, or I'm gonna feed you this mini nuke. Ah, yes, a wise choice. I'll be taking that, thank you, and I'll be leaving this right here, too, as your most trusted advisor. Okay, now we've got this glorious thing called the Dirt Wand. Creates dirt chunks inside dig sites. And I suppose that last part is the real crux of it, because if we head on over to our dig site, we can indeed just make dirt from nothing. And that's great and all, but it turns out there are limits to this. We can basically keep making dirt up to a point, but once we hit that stopping point, this is as far as it'll go. No matter how hard we try, it's like an invisible wall, which means if we keep...
I swear, it looks like a pile of floating poop at this point. I guess that's why some people refer to shitting themselves as mudding themselves.
trying to build up against it, we end up with something like this. A weird little fortress wall thing.
I kind of also get a bit of World War
I
vibes, because this kind of gives me, like...
dig site. The question, of course, being...
It makes me think of some of those World War I videos I saw where they had trench warfare.
One way to find out, and I'm especially excited because it'll be airtight, which means we can keep any kind of critters out. That should about do it. Okay, we did it. And did what, you might ask? Oh, just putting some finishing touches on the roof. You know, after making sure to secure all four sides of the building.
He basically made himself a skyscraper out of mud. That's crazy. All you gotta do now is add the doors, windows, elevators, air conditioning. My goodness, he could probably make a hotel out of this if he really wanted to.
Inside. So let's take this pickaxe I have lying around, and let's carve our way inside. Or it turns out this tool doesn't work since I'm not on the diggable ground. What if I just shove my face all the way into this and then try? Okay, I guess I'm inside the line where you can do digging. Good to know. Oh, would you look at that? We can carve our way in here. And it looks so magical. I simply must see more. And now that I've carved myself a perfect little doorway...
So he is taking my advice. All you gotta do now is just remove that river, add some floors, and boom, you're getting the good start to a good foundation for a good hotel.
Let's take a closer look inside. Behold, my terrarium, completely sealed from the outside world, and yet still gloriously lit. But I don't know, I kind of like it. Nice, vibrant river, textured walls. I feel so secure in my fall.
That could be a lazy river now. Or, like, if you wanted to keep it that way, you could just make it wider and have it be a swimming pool with a couple of diving boards.
Points. Oh, well, no problem.
Why is there a truck
to go around, hopefully.
Easy. Middle Age times?
No big deal. We'll be back, Mysterious Cube.
I thought trucks weren't invented until the 20th century, and this is like, what, the 16th century?
City of...
Bridgeport.
And by that, I mean the lovely city of Bridgeport.
There's a town I've been to with a similar name. Two of them, actually. There's a Bridgeport in Connecticut and a Bridgeport in Pennsylvania. Dust is getting to me again. Thankfully, that was down in my basement. I'm not going back down there for some time.
And now it's time to do some shopping. Behold, Conveyor Nation.
By shopping, he means crashing.
And I think we're going to need,
and,
well,
like,
probably
trying to destroy everything
else. And now that
else.
we've got those, it's onward to this store. Tools and something, which is where we're going to go to get all of this stuff. Pipes, and more
I didn't even read the sign, but I knew it said equipment.
Stuff, I don't know yet. But pipes we're definitely going to take. Oh, and I should mention I'm playing this in creative mode right now, which means shoplifting is legal. And it also means that we can wander around to stuff like housing and just take what we need as well. And after all, we'll probably want some stuff like this. I guess we're about to find out. Oh boy, I can't wait to decorate this thing. What the hell are you doing? Why are you staring at me? If I want to decorate this stuff, how would I do it? Well, first we need to put a door on this, right? Like, will this really work?
Yep.
I mean, I guess kinda. There's a little draft underneath, but whatever.
Most doors usually have that anyway. I mean, they're usually not that high up, but there are a lot of doors from time to time where they're just slightly above the ground.
Like a public bathroom stall, that's fine. The point is that it somehow actually works. But we don't want to make it too easy, so I added a couple extra doors. That way when you close it, you have no idea which door it's going to be. It's certainly not that one anymore, but I guarantee you it's got to be one of these. Ember Cradle. You're looking more like a self-storage facility all the time.
Man, all those doors. That is pretty good. And some of them are even floating. That's just beautiful. Like, you can't even get high enough to walk through the door.
It's this one, by the way. This one's second from the end. I wanted to have that Gandalf experience for when he goes into a hobbit house and has to, like, duck and cover when he goes inside. Anyway, now that problem is solved, we have one other thing we need to do, which is give ourselves roof access. Right now, I have no way to get up there, but luckily, I think I've got an elegant solution for that, too. Yes, elegant, we shall call it.
I was going to say, it's either the conveyor belts, or he's got something else in mind.
Tin sheet ramp. That would normally
look
a little something like this. Look how handy that is.
That's fun too.
So now all I need to do is apply this same principle, except for all the way up there. And this may take me a second to figure out. So while I'm doing this, let's do a quick test on the PlayStation version. We're not doing anything super fancy, but as you can see, the PS5 version looks pretty much just like the PC version, which means let's test it when we build a bunch of machines and have it start churning out a bunch of materials. That's usually what makes it start lagging. Wait, what's this?
Please
High
reduce the
item alert.
amount.
High number of items detected. Please reduce the amount.
We all
And
know
my
he's not
options
going to
are
do
clear
that.
all raw resources, clear all dirt chunks, or continue.
He's going to
Of course
continue.
we're just going to continue. You think I'm going to give up that easily? No way, we're not deleting any items.
Good
not
job,
for
Josh.
anything. Oh, the alert's back. Except this time there's no continue option. Okay, console version, you win this time, but I will find a way to slow you down.
You even have ATVs? Wow.
There we go. A ramp for all seasons. Perfect not just for us to walk up, but for our vehicles as well. Here, let me show you.
So he's
all
gonna
we have
drive
to
the
do
truck.
is turn this around like this, then head for the thing like this, and then easy, easy. See, it couldn't be more simple. It'll be worth it.
Forgive me, I only got 5 hours of
back
sleep
leggy
last
kicks,
night.
just to have all your supplies with you at the top. After all, doesn't
goodness.
this look fun? Almost
I think the
there,
ramp needs to be
and
wider.
There.
Or
Couldn't
not.
be
You
more
made it.
simple. Let's
Good
pull
job.
out of the back the next thing we're gonna do. Behold, the iron drill. Basically, we take this thing and we put it down, kind of like this.
Oh,
and then once
boy.
we give it power, we'll turn this thing on.
He's gonna
and dirt will
damage
come
the
out of
roof.
there. Although that's not happening yet because we haven't
Yeah,
plugged
'cause
it
they're too
in.
high
See
up.
that right there? We
Oh,
have to
that-
feed it water, and that's what powers it. I also noticed I can
Wow,
take
that's
these
convenient.
things and just tack them to the side. And while I sure would love to operate it off
Wish
the
you could do that
side
for
like
cars.
this, unfortunately, this particular setup won't work because it draws dirt from underneath on that spot right there. And I have done this
Alright, my
before
mouse
where you
was
just take a
acting
clump
up.
of dirt
I
and
was
shove
going
it
to pause the
underneath,
video,
we can't
but
do
I
that
remembered
here
what I was
because
going to
we're
say,
already up
so
against
I
the
didn't
dirt
have to pause
boundary.
it.
So let's do second best. First, we'll make sure they're on solid ground.
Helps
Just
too if I turn the
conveniently placed
volume
on the very
down.
edge like this. Yeah, I think that'll work.
mean, I don't like
Now let's
pausing
just
the
add a
video,
couple
but
more. There, that's more like it. A lot
sometimes-
more. So many more.
Okay, now I had to pause the video because I forgot what I was going to say. But sometimes it helps to pause the video so I can concentrate on what I want to say. But it also helps too if I turn the volume down on my headset so that it's at a certain level where I can still hear him. I want to hear what he's saying. And I also want to talk while I'm watching the video.
193 of them to be exact, bordering the entire top of the cube. Yes, this is the good
This
stuff.
kind of looks like a
Okay,
fortress.
That's step one ready to go. Now all we need to
All
do
the
is worry
drills
about
look
plugging
like
them
a
in,
wall
which, if you'll
instead of
recall,
a
we've got
drill.
water right in our base.
Do you?
Wait, no, I missed. Let me try that reveal again. Luckily, if you recall, we've got water in our base.
No, you don't.
Yeah, see, there it is.
Oh,
So I think
okay.
that means if we just drop in through here, we can tap this river and just feed it all the way
Okay, I
back
know you said you're in creative mode, but was that really the actual, like, speed of your character falling down, or is that just a mod?
Basically, the water comes up here, and this valve is an on and off switch. And this thing here is designed to keep the pressure high in all of the pipes. It's filled
Alright.
with a bar of, like, magic stuff. It's probably a compressed
looks more like
ghost, what do
soap.
I know? And then we follow all the pipes
said it was a
over to what
ghost.
looks like a giant mess. We love it! Nah, this is just my way of getting everything connected. This one pipe goes all the way to the end here, where the pipe system in the front is
For something that he claims to be a mess, it seems pretty organized. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I can easily tell like where the water's supposed to go.
connecting to all the drills. Meanwhile, this other one down below, once it reaches the end, does another two-split thing, and so on and so forth. The point is that everything now has water, which means now it's
that's
time
not
to
bad.
turn everything on and see what happens. Fingers crossed. Well, there they go. They're definitely pumping, dropping crappy dirt all over the place. And at least so far,
And
the
even
game
he
is handling
referred
it
to
like
the
a
dirt as
champ.
crap.
But don't worry, we're not even close to done. We have to let them run for a bit first. You know, just...
So the question is, I forgot what I was going to ask. I think I remember now. The question is, you worked your ass off to build like a giant skyscraper out of mud. Are you going to destroy it?
to test the optimization. And while we wait for this thing to build up, let's try another something in the PlayStation 5
Why is
version.
this character
okay, so
blue?
for this attempt, I think I know what we need to do. If I recall, the game had kind of a hard time with too many sprinklers. So let's go ahead and use these and give it a shot.
Nice
Okay,
volcano.
I feel pretty good about this.
Oh,
How many are
boy.
here, you ask?
Oh, my
2,565. So let's see if this will knock down the frame rate. Fingers crossed. Let's see
Jesus
how this
Christ.
goes. Okay, it's going. It's going. Oh, yeah. Now that's more like it. Chop.
That looks like something that would be fun for a water park, actually. No, you just have like all those sprinklers going all over the place and you just run through. Or maybe like a slip and slide.
Happy as hell? Sure. Playable by my standards? Absolutely. That's the spirit. Bask in your accomplishments. Well, I've got some
Yeah,
good
it's
news.
beautiful.
By
Oh,
estimate,
my
there was only
goodness.
so many optimizations they could do to all this dirt. But
The
hey, my
mud-
PC's still chugging along.
The mud looks more like rocks at this point. Like the way they keep falling down. I mean, I know it's mud, but the way that it's textured and the way it looks more like rocks.
So whatever. It's kind of like I have a moat, you know, just without the water or any sense of usefulness.
Well,
okay,
there's the
but
water.
That was just
it's just
a
a river,
test.
though.
We have a lot more to build, and with this low of a frame rate, it's going to take forever. And yeah, I know it feels like sacrilege, but we're going to clear all the dirt chunks.
Man.
Don't worry, there's more where that came from. So basically what we need now is to collect all the dirt before it sails down below, which is no problem. That's what these are for.
All right,
good
very
old friends,
good.
The conveyor belts. Guess I could just go ahead and add it kind of like this.
Aha!
Pay no mind to his face.
All right.
We're excited to give you the grand tour. Oh, but let's start at the beginning. You may notice that we have...
I didn't want to pause the video, but I'm going to assume that he has, like, all the conveyor belts, like, going high up above him, and then it all goes down towards the ground somewhere.
Have more valves than we did before. We have this one in the back, which I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember why I ran this one. And this one here is what turns on and off all of the drills. And then we have
I still like,
right
though, that he has that giant truck
all the way
on the
down
roof.
This pipe and then straight down this hole, leading briefly down into our facility before exiting out again. And then from here, the pipe goes back out and connects to all the things above. And I do mean all of it. And believe me, there's lots of conveyor belts. Oh, but let me just turn the whole thing on. That'll be easier. So the journey begins with dirt coming out of these machines. Which once they get spit out, they make their way up this vertical conveyor belt, and then all join on one belt going the same direction. I mean, more or less.
I'm
liking
this very much.
Exciting awaits. As the minerals travel down the belt, it meets up with a bunch of other vertical belts, which go up and up and up. And of course, their travel isn't done there.
So
they
far,
do a
so
quick
good.
U-turn and then head up even more vertical belts before they get to this straightaway. And that's when these rocks get where we're trying to get them, to this joining point right here. As you can see, we have rocks being pulled from all sides, and each side is diligently pulling their rocks.
Oh, so they are rocks,
back here, where they all get dropped into this chute. Yes, that's the magic. What a beautiful kaleidoscope-like pattern it's created for us. And that's pretty much how the whole thing...
I mean, I know he's trying to break the game and shit, but he's a fucking genius. Like, all the rocks you can, like, break and turn into iron ore or other types of things they require. This guy really knows what he's doing. He's going to be a billionaire. Like, he can make his own mining business at this point.
Works. And yeah, I'm aware that it's not centered. Just pretend it's like a 3D printer arm, and it's just in the middle of printing something, like our pain. And now that we have all the rocks going into one place, it's time for the next step of our evolution, which is when all this dirt falls down here to the level below. Our plan isn't to just let everything shower down like this. It's making a horrible mess and destroying the frame rate a little too early, and it's also destroying the ambiance, and that makes our guy sad. So instead, we're gonna build something up here on the upper levels so that we can capture this fountain of dirt early. So I think for starters, we're gonna need to extend out this wall to have a floor. And I think for that, we're gonna make good use of our friend the dirt wand. So give me a second to give this hole a glow up. Okay. I guess that's about good. I actually did a little bit more while I was up here. This is the machine that's gonna catch all of our dirt. Obviously, first the dirt falls in through here, and then swiftly falls into the chute, where 4 grindy things catch most of everything. And then it pops out of this machine in a way you can't actually see.
So
and
there's
that's because
the diamonds and iron ore
on it, which I can remove and show you the insides. See, there's the little spout where everything pops out. But if we don't keep this thing covered, occasionally we get dirt on the conveyor belt. That's not good for anyone, so we just put it right back where it was. On the plus side, it looks kind of like a face. See, there's the 2 eyes, and there's the mouth vomiting minerals at us.
I see
as
now,
is the case on all 4 sides of this thing. And then all of those minerals head down this conveyor belt.
Once again, this guy's a genius.
They just go right off the edge. Whatever, let's take this thing and try to fix it by putting some iron ore right there. And now it's like, oh, okay, now we know to pull only the iron ore. And if we wanted to pull like 2 different things, we could put both of them up here, and now we would pull both of them. But we want to sort everything individually, so we're gonna make each one of these just for one material at a time. And oh my goodness, there it goes.
Now all you need is the buckets to collect all the different things, and
you never know how it's gonna react when you
get it to the shop so you can sell it.
But here it's working just great. But per usual, we're not done yet. Okay, there you go. Off they go off that side, or if you hang to the right, they're also going off that.
I like too how they float for a few seconds before they actually fall after they get off the conveyor
side. And you might be wondering, where are all the minerals going now? He certainly wants to know. Well, down this chute, of course. After all, where else would you expect this stuff to go? And once these things tumble down, they hit another conveyor belt, where I'm using this little attachment that straightens them out, and then they drop into these logic-controlled smelters. At least that's the case for these 3 things. When it comes to these unpolished gems, well, they find themselves going through...
So what, when you smelt the materials and turn them into bars, do you make more money off of that?
a polishing machine just like this, and then they go through this, a secret technology that we've never seen before. And that's because this is actually a mod. Basically, you have to give it a name, which I'm gonna change to LGIO me, and then I'm gonna set it to send. And now anything that passes through this blue barrier,
I don't know what that means, but
is automatically sent to whatever has this same name, but is set to receive. In this case, it's my wanted poster that I'm showering in gems. So Lord of 1 billion, I think I can top that myself. So long.
I guess some of the locals were angry that they had rocks falling onto them earlier when he was mining on top of his building originally.
Long as these things keep joining in. I especially love their jaunty little leap when they fly into a pile.
That's what I said,
Over here to these smelters, which are doing a bang-up job. We've got one for iron, gold, and glowy thingy. And we have all of this mirrored on the other side, too. And yeah, you would think these pipes are a problem, but nope. Minerals just pass right through them.
Good.
And my goodness, once the minerals start flowing, they really start flowing. And as you can see, the minerals definitely stay in their lane. But whatever, most of it's going in. And you might be wondering why we're using this big hulking smelting machine instead of something a little more basic. And previously, the way we would melt things down is we would put down a small furnace, and on top of that small furnace, we would put a crucible. Yes, perfect. And what we would have to do is take our big pieces of ore and drop them into the crucible where they melt, and then you would take that hot liquid and you would drop it into a casting mold. Kind of like this. And there you go. An amazing gold bar all for you. Or if we wanted to kick it up a notch, we could put down a smelter. It's kind of all those things in one. Like if we take any of these metals and just drop them in, it's really easy for us to just tip the whole thing over and it just makes a bar.
So now you make a bigger bar.
The one problem is it's not automated, even if we could have the ore drop in automatically.
Correction, it was not automated, but with the way he had it earlier, remind you, this is just like a flashback clip showing what it was like before he did all his contraptions. But yeah, it's definitely working out to your advantage now.
We still have to click this thing to make the bar, and then the bar just sits there till we're ready, which really just leaves us with one last option. The logic smelter that can be automated. While the metals are sitting in there, bubbly and melted, they required some wiring, which I did. A lot and a lot and a lot of wiring. So basically, here's how this works.
Hey, at least you know what you're doing.
Each one of these buttons controls one of the smelters, and after we push the button, it sends an electrical signal up the cabling before connecting with the smelter itself, sending a signal, and out comes the bar. So obviously it wouldn't be that much more helpful if once this thing started filling up again, it couldn't just automatically.
So let me ask then, like, will the buttons be automated too?
Send out a new bar, except that it can. It just keeps ejecting bars forever, and that's through the magic of some commands we added to the wires. So let me explain how it works. So basically right here, this is where the signal's coming from the button, and it travels through this wire where it's got this arrow telling it has to travel this way before hitting this delay that holds the signal for 10 seconds. And then it travels over here, up this wire, and into the machine, where it tries to eject whatever it's got. But meanwhile, because there's a T-junction right here, the signal also travels back this way, where it follows these arrows and hits another 10-second delay before heading back this way and then back through the whole thing again. And because of the two 10-second delays and the loop, it'll try to eject a bar every 20 seconds, which is great. That means I don't actually have to push the button again if I don't want to. And to activate all the smelters, I just have to push all the buttons at least once. And once I've done that, they should all be working, because somewhere in this mess, they all have these delays and commands and stuff.
I mean, it would be nice if you were able to have it do it itself automatically, like wait for it to fill up with more liquid and then eject the bar. But that's a pretty clever way he did it too. All right, for a guy that keeps saying he's trying to break the game, he actually has a smart way to succeed.
Oh my goodness, look at the size of that gold bar. That's the process working. And as far as I know, there's a lot more you can do with these kinds of delays and logic cables and stuff. But what do I look like, a real civil engineer? I'm more like a wrecking ball. We should be happy we have anything. But if the whole goal of this is to test their optimization, I would love to tell you that once this machine really gets working, that it maintains an awesome and great frame rate. But I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I am very pleased though that everything is functioning as intended. Minerals come cascading down.
I mean, sure, frame rate's not the best, but for what it's worth, he's doing pretty good.
Abundance before coming out and being ejected and happily heading over to the teleporter where they go on to a new life. Actually, in hindsight, if all of these things are basically using the same commands, I guess I probably could have just wired all these things to one button and one set of commands.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Ah, well, whatever. I'm not taking it back now. Not after all the threading of this stuff I did.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's talk about where these other teleporters are going. On the right side over here, we have them all set to go to Boat Me. The boat being this right here, which is the boat that takes you to the DLC. Although in my case, I set up the teleporters right in front of the entrance. I figured
I like boats. I'm actually planning on doing a video related about boats. I mean, I know I primarily do a lot of train-related stuff, but I wouldn't mind doing a video about boats for a change.
probably can't sink the boat with all this stuff, but I can certainly prevent people from getting in there. The sign does say no shovels and no vehicles, but they didn't say anything about blocking the door with mystery wealth. And meanwhile, over here on the left side, we have them all set to go to King Me, which I'm sure is pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, wait. There was 3 King Me's. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, there's a King Me at the bottom, a King Me, and another one there.
Is pretty self-explanatory. After all, I don't want the king to think I'm ungrateful for all his help.
Right. He sure does seem pretty happy.
Yeah, bask in all your prizes. Slowly compacting all those minerals closer and closer together until they just can't take it anymore. The king completely unaware of what a ticking time bomb this probably is. Oh, and do you remember how up here I had this...
Once again, he doesn't seem happy to be king at such a young age. And I know I said this already, but I feel like... he was forced to be king, kind of like that one kid Bruce from the Easter Bunny's Coming to Town. I know it's not Easter, but I highly recommend you check out that movie next year when we do get back to Easter.
One random pipe system. I think I finally know what to use it for. First, let's add some conveyor belts to it, and now let's go ahead and add our teleporter thing. And for the destination, let's set that to PS5. Time to send my console counterpart a little present.
Smart. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not what I expected. I thought it was... Okay, there we go. It was just delayed.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciated that. I want to thank Clash of Critters again for sponsoring this video. Linky's in the description.
Well, it looks like the video's over, so I'm going to go ahead and stop my OBS recording, but that was fun. I've wanted to react to Let's Game It Out for a while now, and I'm glad I finally did. There's another video of his that I wanted to do that was much older. I think it came out at the end of 2025. Or you know what? No, it was 6 years ago. It was... Let me go into my history so I can find it. It was called I Built a Theme Park of Perpetual Torment in Planet Coaster. But there's a couple of other videos I want to react to. First, I want to react to some more train-related content. Surprise, surprise. There's some videos I saw that were from the 80s that I want to check out, showing New Jersey Transit and Amtrak. So I'd like to see some more footage of what those two were like in the past. Also, I just noticed a Michael Marooks video that he uploaded yesterday called The Only NASCAR Track Located Next to a Football Field. So that's going to be after the 1980s railroading videos. And then we'll do the roller coaster thing from Let's Game It Out after that. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time.